Is there such a thing as good or evil in the world? I'm sorry, I must read it again. Is there such a thing as good or evil in the world, or are these human concepts, values, projections? Is there such a thing as good and evil in the world, or are these human concepts, values, and suppositions and projections? What is good and what is so-called not good? If we use the word evil, that has got such connotations behind that word. Let's forget the word evil for the moment. The good and the baddies and the goodies, according to the cinema. What is good? Now, please look at it for a minute. The speaker is asking the question, what is good? How do you listen to the word? How do you receive that word? Doesn't matter who says it. How do you listen to it, receive it? What's your taste of that word? What's your feeling, instinctive feeling to that word? Instinct, I don't mean generally, your immediate feeling for that word. And when you say the bad, what is your response to it? A repulsion? A thing that you see some evil, some bad thing being done? So to discover for oneself the reaction to these two words. Not what philosophers say, not what other people, the bishops, the priests, the popes I don't mean merely the Roman Pope, but the popes of all over the world, of different religious organizations with their heads, with their tails and all the rest of it. When one listens to these two words, which have had tremendous effect on mankind, historically, right from the beginning, the Christians have said, this is good. If you go against it, we'll burn you. They have. Heretics tortured them, burnt them for what they have done. And that's considered good. And go to India, to be burnt for some of your belief is considered a horror. You understand? So what is good, apart from all this, what is good and what is bad? Now, I'll go on. May I? Is the good related to the bad? And is the good in conflict with the bad? Novels are written about it. The good always conquering at the end, even in the thrillers. And the bad is always being destroyed, and the bad always coming up. The battle has been going on. You see it in Lescaut and other caves in south of France and other parts of the world, this battle, right? Good and the bad, the evil, I don't like that word evil. It stinks. Forgive me if I use that word. Sorry. So what is good and what is bad? Are they related to each other? Is goodness born out of that which is bad? Because I know that which is bad, tradition, conditioning, that which has people have said, written, and that evil, that bad, that which is bad, is fighting that which is good. And the good is fighting that which is bad, right? So I'm asking, is that which is good born out of that which is bad? You understand my question? It's a simple question. If goodness is born out of that which is bad, it is not good. Right? Then they are related to each other. Therefore, it's not good. Are you following? So, there are two entirely different things. The one cannot become the other. If it can become the other, it's already recognized by the other. You understand all this? Therefore, it's not good. Goodness is something totally divorced from that which is bad. Right? But we have mixed the two together, and we say we must fight it. Each thing must be fought. You must resist, fight, put away evil, bad, in order to be good. You understand? So the goodness is always in terms of the bad. And we are saying something entirely different. Goodness has no relationship whatsoever with that which is bad. For the goodness to exist, the bad must cease. That's all. Not a battle between the two. This is simply logic, sanity. Now, to come very near home, in us there is these two opposing elements, this duality. Duality of wanting, aspiration is a wrong word. Aspiration is something romantic and idealistic and rather stupid. Forgive me if I use that word. We're all aspiring for something. You're aspiring to become a manager of a good corporation. And you're also aspiring for God. Same thing. Whether you understand, this God is another form of good cooperation. I'm not being blasphemous, but these are also obvious. So goodness cannot exist where that which is bad. From the bad, you cannot possibly go to the good. It's not a movement from this to that. It's not a process of time from that which is bad to achieve that is good. Right? Now, the question arises from that. What is bad? You understand? I will know what is good only when that which is bad is not. So let's put away the good. Don't let's say, tell me what it is secretly or tell me openly, then I'll follow that. But to understand that which is bad. Is it bad to be a nationalistic? Come on, sir, answer it. To say I'm a Frenchman, I'm British, or I'm a Hindu, or a Sikh, or a Muslim. Is that bad? Of course, to other people, we are including all of us. So I'm not saying to me it's bad and to you it's good, not bad. That's rather, we're asking what is bad. Not according to me or according to somebody else. As long as there is division, right? Racial division, class division, religious division, right? Political, economic, and so on divisions. Those divisions create conflict, war ultimately, killing each other. You understand? Isn't that bad? Yes. No? Yes. Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad. And yet, religions have supported it. You support it. You understand? They say, you know all the rest of it. Can we be free of all that first? Not belong to any country, to any group. To any guru, to any religious organization, because they're all divisive. That brings about another question. Authority. Political authority, religious authority, the totalitarian authority. Understand? Is authority evil? Not authority in the hands of the wise is good. Do you understand? We have said that. Authority of the wise is the salvation of the foolish. So, authority of the policeman, the authority of law. You have to pay tax. Not for myself, but that's all right. You have to pay tax. If you don't pay it, you're punished for somewhere or other. So there is authority outwardly, right? Authority of keeping to the left side of the road, the authority of keeping the right side in France and Europe. And there must be authority in a school, in a college, otherwise you follow? But we are talking about authority, the feeling of authority, the power of authority to slaughter people. So authority, spiritual authority in the deepest sense of that word is bad, is evil. So, then the question is the bad. The bad, we said, is any kind of division. Don't misunderstand. The religious division, right? The division that says, we are closed, you can't come in here, psychologically. But the door is open if you want to come in. That's not, you understand? That's not closed. So go into all this. It all comes down to any form of psychological, individualistic division. The Arab, the Jew, the Muslim, and so on. Any psychological, organizational division in that sense of that word. That's bad. Right? And can one be free of all that? And not just say, yes, I agree, I see your point, but it's all right, but go on with our war. It's nice. We are violent people. That's part of our expression of violence, the ultimate expression of violence, to kill a million people at one blow. Or do we end all that in ourselves? In ourselves first, not organizationally. You know that story which the speaker thought out? There were two men walking along. You know it, some of you heard this? If you have, forgive me. Don't get bored with it. Two men were walking along on a street, talking about various things of life. And one of them sees something on the pavement, picks it up. The moment he looks at it, his whole face changes. He sees something tremendously had taken place in him. And he puts it in his pocket very carefully, in his inner pocket. And the friend says to him, what is it you picked up? Why have you become so extraordinary? Your face has changed. He said, I picked up truth. And the fellow and his friend says, by Jove, is that really so? I can see by how you look. So what shall we do about it? And the friend said, let's go and organize it. This is an old story, which a speaker invented about 40 years, 50 years ago. So, can we, each one of us, not join an organization that will help us to be free from war? That's another form of org. You follow? We don't begin with ourselves first. Can we, each of us, end this division in ourselves? Then you can use organizations, you understand? But if you use organizations to change the inner, you never succeed. So, can we, each of us, put anything that divides us from another? Of course, you must have your own house, your own garden, your own, you follow me, not psychologically, inwardly, subjectively. Then you don't have to search for the good. Then the good flourishes. Then goodness flowers. And the beauty of that is endless. It's never can be destroyed by anything. Sorry, I have to stop now. What's that?
In the animal kingdom, the tiger eats the goat. Does the goat look upon the tiger as a baddie?
Of course not. The tiger kills the beautiful deer. And the tiger too is very beautiful. Have you been very close to a tiger in Africa? No, of course not. You've seen them in a zoo. Be very close, about 10 feet away from them. Don't bother. I'm not inviting you to go and meet them. The tiger eats the deer. The big things eat the little things. And the bigger things is the bigger. Follow? Up and up. Is that evil? Tiger killing the deer? Of course not. You follow this nature. Why do we say tiger is cruel? The cat playing with a mouse. You understand? Haven't you known that? That's rather ugly. It's, that's... Our whole civilization is so monstrous, right? So we must begin with ourselves, not tiger, elephants and rats and snakes. I'm afraid we all do this. We want to escape from ourselves. And ourselves is the most important thing. And to penetrate this sheath, this outward appearances, outward show, outward thing, deeply to go inward. That journey is endless. It has got such extraordinary beauty. We'll stop now. We'll go into another.